Welcome to today's lecture. We have been discussing the types of drama, and in that series, the point for our discussion is the absurd theater or absurdism. So far in the discussion, we have seen that absurd theater is a reaction against the World War II. So absurd theater came into existence after the World War II. The term absurd is taken from a Latin word that is absurdum, and we discussed that absurdity, or let's say absurd, this means nonsense or illogical, right? It can be called as a stupid or foolishness, right? So absurd theater is a reaction against the World War II, and this type of theater explores or shares the unfixed reality of the world, right? And this type of drama is based on real stories of the characters. The examples are The Birthday Party by Harold Pinter, The Chairs by Ina Stull, and Waiting for Godot by Samuel Beckett. Later on, we elaborated the definition also, right? Absurd means foolishness, senseless, or let's say opposed to reason, or something silly or ridiculous. Right? But this does not mean that the absurd theater is a play full of foolishness. It is a play full of senselessness. Right? It is not that case. Actually, absurd theater tries to highlight what actually was happening in the society after World War II. Right? And absurd theater explored the state or conditions in which human beings exist in an irrational and meaningless universe after the World War II, in which human life has no ultimate meaning. As we discussed, that the present type of drama is a reaction to the World War II, and as we, the humans, are well aware about the concept of war and its horrifying effects on the society, on the countries, and on the individual also. So, the threat of this war and the results, or let's say the consequences of this war, resulted into a world that is full of uncertainty, and this uncertainty is reflected in literature, and that is absurd theater, right? So what happened during the war and after, even after the war, there was full of uncertainty, right? And the people were so tense. People were so tense. As we discussed in our last lecture, that the people lost their families, their society, their countries, their occupations, their jobs, their business, right? So the whole universe was disturbed because of that World War II. And these disturbances created a mental havoc, mental restlessness in the minds of the people. And this mental instability, right? This mental problem, mental tension, this stress regarding the World War II was highlighted on theater, that is absurdism, right? So people lost their lives, people lost their interest in their lives, right? So theater of the absurd, that is a drama that emphasizes the absurdity of human existence. As you know, that if somebody loses everything in life, and if that person is in constant tension, right? Constant, constant tension regarding the threat of war, right? Then what would happen? That person would have no interest in life, right? So it is nothing but a threat to the existence, threat to the life, threat to the society, threat to the country, right? So the World War II destroyed most of the countries in the world. As we know that America exploded atom bomb on Japan, and we can see the dangerous consequences of that atom explosion even today, right? So because of that atom bomb, right, because of the massive destruction created by the war, most of the people in that era, in that period, lost interest in their lives, right? They had nothing to eat, how to survive, and for whom to survive. These were two major questions in the minds of the people: how to survive and to whom, or let's say for whom to survive. कसं जगायचं आणि कोणासाठी जगायचं, right? Because most of the people lost their lives, lost their families, right? So the people were disjoint, repetitious and meaningless dialogues, purposeless, confusing situations, and plots that lack realistic and logical development. These were the characteristics of absurdism. Actually, these things were the characteristics of the people, right? People lost the ability to communicate properly, right? Because of the stress, because of the tension of the war. People had no idea which moment the army would attack their families, the army would attack their country, the army would attack their city, the army would attack their village, right? Like that, right? So next movement would be our last movement that was a threat in the mind of the people, right? And absurdism reflected that threat, that nonsense behavior of the people on the theater. So absurd drama, which takes in the form of man's reaction to a world apparently without meaning or man as a perfect. As you know that perfect, Kataputi. So nothing remained in the hand of the man, right? He was a puppet in the hands of the war, right? As you know that the World War II used aeroplanes, bombs, bullets, guns, right? Cannons so far, right? And the most disastrous thing, that is atom bomb. So these things were used on a large scale for mass destruction, right? For mass destruction. And the enemy countries did not bother whether they are killing the soldiers or the civilians of that country. त्या युद्धामध्ये सैन्य तर मरतच होते, पण शत्रूच्या देशामध्ये घुसून ते असे निष्पाप जे नागरिक आहेत त्यांची सुद्धा कत्तल करायला हे सुरुवात झाली. आणि असं म्हटलं की युद्धामध्ये सैनिकांचीच कत्तल केली जाते, नागरिकांना, निष्पाप नागरिकांना मारलं जात नाही. पण हा नियम वर्ल्ड वॉर II मध्ये पाळण्यात आलेला नाही, right? So each and every country who participated in World War II tried to destroy the whole country, right? As you know that Japan was totally destroyed, Germany was totally destroyed, Russia even faced bad consequences of the war, right? So most of the countries received such kind of shocking consequences. So the societies became restless, right? Meaningless, and the personal life of people became just like a puppet. So it's just a reaction of the people without destination and direction. So as we discussed that the people lost their lives, lost their families, lost their business, lost their jobs, factories, and this apparently resulted into the meaninglessness in life. So people lost their interest in the life. They just have darkness in their future, right? If you lose each and everything in your life, what kind of future you are expecting? Nothing, right? So this nothingness is reflected in absurd theater. So it exists because of a philosophy that human is nothing and he will take someday. So the threat to life, this willingnessness, this stress, all these things are highlighted in absurd drama. And what is the main theory of absurd drama is that man's life is a big zero. Man's life is big zero. And why we are living this life? Because we are not having death. That's the philosophy of absurd drama. आपण का जगतो आहोत? कारण आपला मरण येत नाही म्हणून आपण जगतो आहोत. ही absurd ड्रामाची थिअरी आहे. Right? This is the philosophy of absurd drama. Right? So our life itself is meaningless. Our birth is meaningless. Right? So we must live a whole life, right? For whom? For what? For what purpose? We don't have any answers to these questions. आपला जन्म का झाला? आपण का जगतो आहोत? आपण हे काम का करतो आहोत? कोणासाठी करतो आहोत? राईट? मरताना हे आयुष्य आपण का जगलो? कोणासाठी जगलो? कशासाठी जगलो? राईट? हे प्रश्नांची उत्तर हा absurd ड्रामा विचारतो. आणि ह्या प्रश्नांची उत्तर आपल्याकडे नाही. राईट? आपला जन्म का झाला? वी डोंट हॅव एनी आन्सर. आपण जे आता करंट कार्य करतो आहोत, मी जे काम करतो आहे, तुम्ही जे काम करता आहात, जगातले समाजातील सगळे लोक जे काम करतायत पूर्वीच्या परिस्थिती का करता आहात? कोणी म्हणेल समाधानासाठी, कोणी म्हणेल पैसा मिळवण्यासाठी. राईट? समाधान पैसा आपण का मिळवत आहोत? अगेन वी डोंट हॅव एनी आन्सर. चांगलं आयुष्यासाठी. चांगलं आयुष्य काय आहे? राईट? अशा प्रकारचे प्रश्न हे absurd ड्रामा आपल्याला विचारतात. राईट? सो meaninglessness, right? It challenges the very concept of life. जीवन काय आहे? It's a nonsense thing according to absurd drama. Nonsense thing in the sense that we, right, work hard to collect money throughout our life, and what happens at the end of the life? We have to give up each and everything at our last moment. आपण पूर्ण आयुष्यभर काय करतो आहोत? मेहनत करतो, पैसा कमवतो, प्रॉपर्टी बनवतो, बिल्डिंग बनवतो. राईट? तर शेवटी काय होतं? आपलं सगळं इथं सोडून जावं लागतं. राईट? मग कशाला एवढे हाय वापस करायची? कशाला एवढी टेन्शन घ्यायचं माणसाने? राईट? आणि absurd ड्रामा. पूर्ण आयुष्य हे कसं आहे तर absurd आहे. So let's go to the origin of the theater of the absurd. As a new form of drama, new type of drama. Right? The theater of the absurd originated in France first after the Second World War. The name, that is theater of the absurd, was coined. Coined means used for the first time by Martin Esslin in his book The Theater of Absurd, which was published in 1961. So the concept of absurd theater was first used by Martin Esslin. So the playwrights of the theater of the absurd engaged in creating extremely comical plays. Yeah, comical play means comedy is created with the help of wit or with the help of dialogues. Right? Here, comedy is created in the sense that the dramatist mocks at some social or political issue. Some social or political issue. Right? Both in form and content, which reveal the conditions of human beings, right? Existence in modern society. How are the conditions of human beings, right? So if we apply the theater of absurd in the era of COVID-19, so we would have this some type of similarity. Similarity in the sense that the Second World War and COVID-19. Right? Today we are living in a world of threat, right? Our existence, human existence is in danger because of coronavirus, isn't it? We don't know which moment we would be positive. We don't know when we would be catched by coronavirus, right? If we are positive, then what would happen? Okay, thank you. We are avoiding coronavirus by applying masks, by using sanitizers, isn't it? By following social distancing, right? So the threat of coronavirus can be somewhat compared with the threat of the so World War II. Today, the whole world is under the tension of coronavirus. We don't know. The whole world is full of confusion. Our life became meaningless. Most of the people lost their jobs, services, and even their lives. Right? So coronavirus killed many people in the universe. Right? So our life just have become meaningless because of the threat of coronavirus. Right? So we can say that threat of the absurd highlights same kind of threat on the stage. So with the efforts of the playwrights, the theatre of the absurd reached its peak from 1960s to 1970s and became popular not only in France but also in other countries. So the period between 1960s to 1970 was a hit period of theatre of the absurd. The formation of the theatre of the absurd was not a unified movement. It was formed in stages by separate people in separate places and times. So Samuel Beckett, right, Ionesco, and many others created their own theaters, right? Created their own theater means each of them had their own separate writing styles. So Albert Camus, a French philosopher, first presented the idea of absurdism, but the term theater of the absurd was created by Hungarian, that is Martin Aslak. Camus used the theater of the absurd as a device to bring attention to certain human traits, bewilderment, wonder, and anxiety. Anxiety means tension in the face of an unexplained universe. We need not to go through the details, right? If you compare traditional drama and absurd drama, we would have the differences. Traditional drama, right? Drama has a beginning, a middle, and ending. So proper connection we find regarding the story, regarding the plot in the case of traditional drama, right? Starts with proper introduction. Proper introduction here means exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and denouement. So these five things are successfully implemented in traditional type of drama. So clear images and situations. Each situation is seen is logically connected to the others in the story. So in the case with images also. So we have a complete story in the case of traditional drama. It deals with an intellectual problem. So a traditional drama gives us some kind of message, right? A proper theme is there, right? A proper topic is there in the traditional type of drama, right? So it is intellectual. So it is in narrative form and clean communication. Narrative form. Dialogues are there, dialogues are meaningful, right? Clean communication. And dialogues are interrelated, right? So the characters that communicate on the stage communicate through logic, right? So wit and humor is created through the dialogue. So wit, right? So old type of dramas are famous for their dialogues. Take the example of Shakespeare. To be or not to be, that is the question, and many more that. Every dark cloud had silver lining, right? Like that. But what happened? Absurd drama was totally opposite to the traditional type of drama. Like a plot, we don't have a proper plot, a proper story in absurd drama. Right? Absurd drama believes that life has no fixed type of story. Life has no fixed type of plot. Then why it should be applied to the drama? जसं आयुष्याला एक ठरलेली स्टोरी नाहीये. आपलं आयुष्य कुठे जाणार आहे, कसं जाणार आहे आपल्याला माहिती आहे का? नाही. आज आपला दिवस कसा जाणार आहे हे आपल्याला माहिती नाही. The life is full of uncertainty. Life is unfixed. And the same thing, absurdism tries to reflect on the stage. Right? That's why lack of plot. We don't have a proper beginning, proper middle, and proper end in traditional in the absurd drama. Right? There is no logical connection between the two scenes in the story. What is happening on the stage, we don't know. Why this is happening, we don't know. Right? What is the reason behind this scene, we don't know. Because two scenes, they do not have any kind of logical connection. Right? So, as a viewer, absurd drama is very difficult to understand because it doesn't have a proper story. Right? We don't have exposition. Right? Even the attitudes of the characters are confusing. Even we have to guess their relationships. Why they are behaving like that, we don't know. Why XYZ character is angry, we don't know. Right? So, achanakpane, abruptly, each and everything happens on the stage without any reason. Right? So, lack of plot is there. Confused characters. As we know that characters don't have proper chain of dialogues. A proper communication skill we don't find among the characters. Absurd drama has limitations regarding characters. Only two characters can be seen on the stage, just two characters in the whole drama. For example, Waiting for Godot. This is an absurd drama. In that drama, just two characters are there. So we don't have a crowd of characters in absurd drama. And in the case of traditional drama, we have a crowd of characters. So absurd drama presents characters who are completely confused, who are completely illogical. Why they are behaving like that, we don't know. Why? All these things. So absurd dialogues are there. What are they talking? We don't know. Why they are talking? We don't know. Why they are silent? We don't know. So when two characters communicate in the absurd drama, we don't have any kind of logic. We cannot link their dialogues logically. Right? So when a character asks a question to other character, the other character gives some illogical or irrational answer. So that's the specialty of absurd drama. It makes a nonsense atmosphere as far as viewers are concerned. So it makes the absurd drama more and more difficult to understand. Meaninglessness, that is meaningless existence, is shown on the stage. Right? If you witness the drama of the birthday party, that's a drama by Samuel Beckett. What happens? The birthday party is full of illogical things, meaningless existence. We don't know what is happening on the stage when we see the birthday party, the drama. Waiting for Godot, we don't know what is happening on the stage. It is just a nonsense thing, right? We don't know. So no ending. The absurd drama has no proper ending, right? We don't have any kind of conflict in such kind of a story. No conflict is there, right? So no proper beginning is there, no proper middle, and no proper ending, right? Absurd drama ends abruptly, all of a sudden. अचानक तो ड्रामा कुठेही संपतो, काहीही फरक पडत नाही त्यांना, right? Without any explanation. So absurd drama starts abruptly and ends abruptly, like that. So no proper ending is there, and as a viewer we are confused. What is happening on the stage, right? And when the drama starts, we don't have any clear beginning. We don't have any introduction of the characters. We don't have a hint regarding the theme of the drama, right? We don't know the subject of the drama. We don't know the characters Who is the protagonist? Who is the antagonist? We don't know, right? In most of the dramas, we don't have female characters, right? Only males, and males are behaving in a nonsense way. So all these things are there in absurd drama, which makes it quite difficult to understand. So the famous dramatists of absurd drama are Martin Aslin, then Samuel Beckett, then Ionesco, then Albert Camus, then comes Harold Pinter and Edward Albee. These are the famous absurd dramatists. And the famous absurdities, famous absurd dramas are Waiting for Godot, The Bard Soprano, The Balcony, then Alice in Wonderland. Homecoming is also a famous absurd play. So characteristics, let's revise it. Meaningless of night, no wonder. What is happening? We don't know. No organized movement, plot is loose. We don't know what is happening on the stage. Lack of plot, no plot is there, no proper story is there. Elements of existentialism, only dread, fear, tension is there on the stage. Right? Puzzle dialogues, we don't know. We cannot interpret, we cannot understand the dialogues of the characters because it lacks logical connectivity. Nonsense language is there, nonsense, foolish words are used, right? And there is no reason to use such kind of foolish words and sentences. Characters are stereotypical and archetypal. Characters behave in such a stupid and puzzled way, right? And characters don't explain themselves, don't reveal themselves, right? It's absurd and unexplained ending. You don't have proper ending, right? And some comic scenes are there, but these comic scenes are followed by some terror type of scenes, right? म्हणजे एका बाजूला कॉमेडी दाखवली थोडीशी लगेच त्यानंतर इमिजिएटली लगेच काहीतरी थ्रेट काहीतरी सिरियस दाखवायचं अशा प्रकारचे कॉमिक सीन्स आपल्याला absurd मध्ये दिसतात, right? So I hope you might have understood the concept of absurdity over here. So let's stop over here.